Dame team as well. Cochran and Westbeld will jump it up, and we are underway in Louisville.
See Notre Dame starting out in their man-to-man defense, a team that can also go to a very effective 2-3 zone if need be.
Here is Curry. Curry slings a pass out for Roberts, couldn't handle it. Chasing after it, and that's going to be a backcourt violation. There was no deflection that caused it to go into the backcourt, hence the violation.
But Hannah Hidalgo was right there, and that's one of the examples of her being disruptive and it not counting as a steal for her. She never stops on the defensive, on either end of the floor, but in particular on the defensive end of the floor.
And why she averages more than 4 steals per game. Pressure right away from Louisville. They have struggled defensively this season. Jeff Wall's telling us we're still trying to find a toughness on that end of the floor. Hidalgo kicks it out. Here's Citron trying to drive it. Sonia Citron unable to finish. King is such a monster on the glass and able to keep the possession alive there for Notre Dame.
And you see Louisville starting out in a man-to-man as well, and a big key against Notre Dame is trying to keep their guards out of the paint. That time Hidalgo was able to get in and pass it out for a good look from the perimeter.
And Jeff Wall's also telling us they have struggled with the dribble drive all season long, something Notre Dame does very well as far as getting into the paint. Here's Miles, thought about the 3, run off the line, zigs in and cups it home with the left hand.
Just a beautiful drive by Olivia Miles, and because of the way she's shooting the ball from 3, you have to come out. Beautiful pump fake, just went by.
Yeah, 42% from 3 this season after she had been 25% in her career prior. Cochran twisting and finishing. Olivia Cochran in her 5th year with Louisville has had a lot of success over those 5 years, including a trip to the Final Four back in 2022. Hidalgo, the hesitation, and the leg.
She just read that so well. Louisville was icing that screen, trying to force her left, but they gave her the left lane to get all the way to the basket.
Here's Cochran looking to surge around Westbeld, could not, but a foul. Maddie Westbeld picks up the personal and free throws for Cochran.
If you're going against Notre Dame, you have to keep their backcourt out of the paint. Olivia Miles, just a little fake, then drives, finishes beautifully inside. On-ball screen defense. What do you do with Hannah Hidalgo? Louisville ices it. She goes right by anyway.
Hidalgo and Miles are not just supremely productive. They play with such a flair and a drama and excitement to their game that they really are must-watch TV.
They're just fun to watch, and they both have exciting games. And then Hidalgo in particular, the personality she brings to the floor, plays with a verve and a joy all the time when she's out on the court.
Olivia Cochran misses the 2nd. Rebound secured by King. Here comes Citron. Citron, nice look. King into the lane, can't finish it, gets it back and puts it in.
Really nice pick and roll delivery from Citron to King. She doesn't hit the initial one, but man, she's explosive going up to get that offensive board.
And already 3 rebounds for King, 2 of them offensive. Here's Curry losing it, Miles coming up with it. Citron goes cross court, trying to find Hidalgo. What a play by Curry, coming back for the steal and the save. They dump it in, Harris twisting, can't finish. And another rebound for King. Nyla Harris having another really productive season for Louisville. 61% from the floor, averaging more than 10 points per game. Miles gives it up to Hidalgo. Hidalgo, Euros, can't finish, battles back for the ball, able to win it for Notre Dame, and stick the jumper.
How about Hannah Hidalgo, all of 5'6", and she's surrounded by 3 Louisville defenders, still able to go get that offensive board.
She definitely rebounds as if she is much taller. Averages just under 6 boards per game, despite being a guard and despite being a 5'6" guard. Harris banks it in, plus the foul as King picks up her first personal.
So Ryan, the last two possessions, we've seen Nyla Harris do two very different things. First, she got the ball with her back to the basket and tried the left-handed hook. Her comfort level is what we just saw. 15 feet from the basket. She can make that shot, also explosive getting to the rim. She's really worked on that area of her game.
Jeff Walls was talking to us before the game about Nyla and just how her effort is off the charts. Such a high motor. And continues to improve her game. Took a big leap last year as a sophomore and continuing to accelerate her game as a junior.
We're seeing Louisville pick up full court man-to-man here. They're in a 1-2-2 full court press.
Miles had the three, didn't take it. Here's Cass Prosper off the bench, and that's going to be a block. That will send Prosper to the line. Kassan Prosper will shoot a pair.
Tajianna Roberts, her first, team first.
We were talking earlier in the open about Notre Dame and their depth, where they're already using it now. They've subbed a couple players in here early in the game.
Well, that's quite the rainbow free throw attempt for Prosper.
That's got some arc on it, doesn't it?
60% on the season. Niele Ivey really thrilled with what she's gotten out of Prosper as a spark off the bench.
The ball left our shot, I think.
It did. I don't know that it ever came back either. 9-6 lead for Notre Dame in the early going. Here is Curry. Curry wiggles into the paint. Difficult look. Can't finish it. And Prosper flags down the rebound. Prosper going to wheel it out, give it up. Using Carlin. Prosper digs in. Stripped away and a foul. Notre Dame fortunate to get a whistle there. Wasn't much going on that possession.
A little bit of a bailout and certainly a lot of dribbling on that possession for Notre Dame, and from a player you're not necessarily accustomed to seeing it from. She gets her on the arm, yeah.
First foul on Williams. Hidalgo has to get it in, floats it back for Prosper. Here's Hidalgo. Hidalgo a deep three. It is good. Hannah Hidalgo fired up, shooting it at 43% from three this season.
What a luxury. Notre Dame running a horn set. Their bigs came up. She could have gone off a screen on either side. Instead, just takes the three and makes it.
What a take there from Roberts. Just couldn't quite finish it. Hidalgo wrestles away the rebound. Pushing pace for Notre Dame. Hidalgo, great look inside. Here's Koval, the freshman, with the touch.
That's not much Williams can do with Koval on one-on-one coverage there. Koval, a big, strong post who can finish inside.
6'5" freshman, as that'll stay here with Louisville. A 6-0 run for Notre Dame. Notre Dame, a 13-game winning streak, and they have won those games by an average of 26 points per contest. They've beaten top-tier teams all season long. UConn, Texas, USC, as Curry is fouled by Prosper. And that is going to be number 1 on Kassan Prosper.
Team third. Into the game for the Cardinals is number 1, Amari Berry, replacing number 30, Jada Curry.
And Amari Berry will check in for Curry. We didn't get to see Curry get any looks from deep, but she is a real threat from beyond the arc. Starting to shoot it more and better. Percentages not quite as high as how good her shot looks when it leaves her hand, but Jeff Walls has really been working with her just to get more aggressive shooting, and she has been of late. As a travel is called from more defensive pressure from Hidalgo.
Yeah, Notre Dame's defense has been really good. Not only Hidalgo, but the help side as well. They are on the same page. She gets beat for a second. Her help defender is there. Then she can come in and smother. Really good team defense.
Here's Garland giving it up. Miles able to get away. Miles hooks a pass to Hidalgo. Her three off the mark, and it is tipped out of bounds. And stays with Notre Dame. Timeout on the floor. Dynamic duo, good early.
The backcourt has started strong, and they're getting it done on the inside and the out. Olivia Miles getting the paint touch. Beautiful left-handed finish. Hannah Hidalgo, you're not going to guard me. I'm going to drain it. This is what they do.
She a dog, and you can see her out here. Where she gets her energy is from stealing yours. She is up in the face of Tajianna Roberts. She is trying to get disruption, and when she does, she feeds off of it. You can see the energy that's bringing her team. 73 steals coming into the game today already this season.
What is she, Holly?
She a dog.
Koval able to finish on a nice set. Good delivery from Carlin, and an 8-0 run for Notre Dame. Well, we were first introduced to Hidalgo in Paris last year, where the nation was also first introduced to Malaysia Wiley in that game between Notre Dame and South Carolina. And Hidalgo burst onto the scene with a huge performance and has not looked back since.
Yeah, she was incredibly fearless in that game. Ryan, Louisville does not have a single rebound yet in this game. Not that they don't have a single offense, they don't have a single rebound.
No rebounds. Here's Miles. Step back three is off.
And
rebound, Prosper able to keep Louisville off the board again.
Which isn't impressive if both teams are shooting 100%,
right.
But there's been plenty of missed shots. Louisville cannot get a board.
A 10-0 run for Notre Dame. And a steal. Prosper on the steal. Hidalgo pushing pace. Hidalgo surges in. Can't bank it home, but gets the whistle. And free throws for Hannah Hidalgo. Hey, our ESPN2 Big Monday women's basketball game features freshman phenom Toby Fournier and number 10 Duke taking on Isaiah James and number 17 NC State. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern from Reynolds Coliseum in Raleigh. Timeout on the floor. 3:33 to go in the first. Notre Dame on a 10-0 run and counting. Well, a 10-0 Notre Dame run, Louisville timeout. We'll chat now with Holly Rowe.
Guys, Jeff Walz told us that giving up big runs has been a real Achilles for this young team this season, and that's what's happening right now. He actually showed them some video of their good Elite 8 team, because if they didn't score, they refused to allow their opponents to score. They doubled down on defense. They would stop runs. He was trying to inspire this young squad with a lot of new people, a lot of new freshmen, that, hey, we've got to have an attitude that they don't score. And that's just not what's happening right now with these runs that are a problem trend.
Yeah, it's now at an 11-0 run after Hidalgo hits that free throw. And yeah, he said, with those teams, if we didn't score, we were going to get the stop. That hasn't been the case with this young team.
Hidalgo hits both free throws, a 12-0 Notre Dame run. That three is good from the freshman Roberts. Taj Roberts, the number 24 prospect in the nation, heading into her freshman year. Koval, great position inside, couldn't quite finish it, and there's Louisville's first rebound of the day. And Hidalgo nearly came up with another steal. Bouncing inside, Harris lays it in on the delivery from Arenas.
What did Neil Ivey tell us? Sometimes when Hidalgo, goes for steals or whatever, we can get burned. That might have been an example of that with the open layup.
Here's Citron. Citron looking for some help. Finding it in Hidalgo. Hidalgo fading away. Looked like she got hit. No foul called, and Louisville on a run now. Here's Arenas firing away. No. And rebound Prosper. I don't think Jeff Walz was in love with that shot.
And the crowd is just looking for any reason to erupt and support their team.
Yeah, good gathering here at the KFC Yum Center. One of them four fun arena names to say in this league. as that ball is taken away.
A good gathering. What a great description.
Roberts can't finish. Randolph on the rebound. The putback no good. And Notre Dame able to come up with the board.
But that's 2 possessions in a row where Louisville took shots that were probably ill-advised. Need to work it a little bit more. Make Notre Dame play some defense.
By the way, we were talking about Louisville allowing runs. That was the 25th run this season for Notre Dame. That was at least 10-0. They're a team that can give it. As Koval is going to get called for the travel, and Notre Dame turns it over.
But a good look, and Koval has had some nice touches, good high-low entries. Here she goes and gets it. Yeah, she slides the right foot a little bit.
Koval will check out. Notre Dame now with Citron, Miles, Westbeld, King, and Hidalgo. That's their original starting 5. Louisville with Arenas, Cochran, Nyla Harris, McKinley Randolph, and Taj Roberts, as Louisville will gather for a moment.
What's this gathering?
I'm not sure. It's not the same as the gathering we were talking about in the crowd.
It's not. I didn't know you were allowed to just gather.
Me either. Oh, there was a little court cleanup moment that afforded that gathering. Here's Arenas. Randolph gives it up to the corner. Roberts leaning in, can't hit. And here comes Miles. So Louisville's gotten some stops now, but hasn't been able to score. That's going to be a travel. King traveling in transition.
The whole time Miles had the basketball, though, she was surveying the scene. Saw Citron running deep to the left side, knew that King was the right one to get it to. It was just like one of those cartoons where King's feet were going too fast before she put the ball down with the dribble.
Isela Arenas, the daughter of Gilbert Arenas. McKinley Randolph, the daughter of Zach Randolph. As Cochran gets inside and finishes. Nice position on the interior and a 7-0 Louisville run.
And Cochran has the size and strength advantage on Maddie Westbeld.
Here's Miles. 45 seconds left in the quarter. Hidalgo directing traffic. Hidalgo finds the cutter. Citron traveled. It's 3 straight travels from Notre Dame. There's Zach Randolph in the crowd, taking in the action. A terrific NBA player with the Memphis Grizzlies for a very long time. Poked away by Hidalgo. Arenas able to get back to it. 7-second difference, game and shot clock. Wow, what a spin from Arenas. But then she just shovels it out of bounds.
But what does Hannah Hidalgo do? When she's up and pressuring, she speeds up the player she's going against. And that's what happened with Arenas. She just kind of got ahead of herself. But all credit for that goes to Hidalgo.
Right, she never could throttle back down after what Hidalgo had done early in the possession. Shot clock turned off. Miles using the screen from King. Great look. Hidalgo can't finish it. King gets the rebound. Hidalgo short again, and it's out of bounds. Staying with Notre Dame with 1.7.
And Hannah Hidalgo is frustrated, not because she missed the shot as much, I think, as that she blew the assist for Olivia Miles, because it was a great cut and a great delivery.
Returning to the lineup for the Cardinals is number 30, Jada Curry.
Jada Curry will come in for this final 1.7. Miles. Lobbing it in. King able to flip it home. What a play from Liatu King on the pass from Miles. That ends the 7-0 Louisville run.
Soft.
That's one thing you don't never want your coach to call you.
Right.
Or other people, for that matter. But yeah, I mean, it's been incredible the way Notre Dame has completely dominated the boards. You see here, Louisville coming out in a zone.
Miles, a 3 is good. Nice delivery from Citron, and that's how you bust the zone.
It is. Move the ball side to side, find the open corner.
Notre Dame #1 in the nation in 3-point shooting percentage this season. Over 41% as a team. Not heavy volume, but very accurate. There's a rebound from Harris on the offensive glass, but no putback afterwards from Louisville.
Just tough shots. Louisville's initial shots have been really tough looks.
Citron traveled.
So Louisville comes out in a zone, and just a beautiful pass from Citron, delivering it to the right corner. And gosh, Miles is such an improved three-point shooter this year and makes him pay there.
Neil Ivey talked to us about just the confidence that Miles is shooting them with, as Roberts nails the jumper. Said that was really the biggest thing for Miles, just mentality on her threes. Citron, no hesitation, can't hit.
Miles has had a couple beautiful passes that did not result in assists. That was another one of them.
Roberts, a three. She got it. Taj Roberts, a three-time ACC Rookie of the Week. Now with 8 points in this first half.
I so enjoy watching her play. This is a fearless freshman. She'll come down the floor, take threes.
Miles back ironing off.
We saw her in her opening game this season overseas, and just fun to watch.
How about Randolph taking it right to Citron? Couldn't finish. At last hits a Notre Dame leg. Gonna stay with Louisville.
So you see, just catch, gets her feet set quickly, left, right, and then goes right into the shot, and it looks pretty when she does.
You see the freshman numbers for Taj Roberts. Double figures in 17 games, most among all ACC freshmen. Cochran's jumper rims off, but a foul here against Notre Dame as Nyla Harris got pushed, going for the rebound. And that's going to be number 2 on Liatu King. So a significant foul, and King going to check out. Koval will come in. Very different kinds of bigs, King and Koval.
Yes, Notre Dame has depth at their forward spot, but very different kind of players.
Roberts again! An 8-0 Louisville run, and it's a 4-point game. Roberts up to 11 points. She is 3 for 3 from 3. The Yum Center getting loud. Prosper surrounded. Carlin's three, and that's the response Notre Dame needed.
It was a really good job by Cochran fronting in the post, but Carlin was able to step up and hit that one. She's been very good from 3 on a limited number.
6 for 8 now on the year. Roberts, not that time. Randolph came soaring in, but couldn't quite grab it. Miles, what a look. Citron can't hit the 3 as Cochran secures the rebound.
That's her third beautiful should-be dime.
Curry had it taken away. Here comes Citron. Citron with a big to each side. Lost the handle.
The travels, like unforced turnover there.
Hey, tonight's ESPN NBA Sunday doubleheader starts in Philly. Tyrese Maxey and the Sixers hosting Jason Tatum and the Celtics at 6 Eastern. Then Giannis leads the Bucks into Memphis to take on the Grizzlies, who hold the 3rd spot in the West. How about a shocking, but probably the most stunning trade in NBA history earlier today, with Luka Doncic being traded from the Mavs to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. Some picks involved, other players as well. At the core of the trade, just stunning. Luka, 25 years old. Harris flips it out. Randolph lost her footing in a travel.
It'll be like barroom conversation years from now. What were the other pieces of the Luka Davis trade?
Just I mean, you saw the first team all NBA stuff. I mean, Luka is 25, and he's been first team all NBA 5 times.
Incredible.
The other active players who've been first team all NBA 5 times are all at least 30. With Giannis being the youngest of them, and there's only a couple others. Prosper can't hit the 3. Cochran the rebound. A touchdown advantage for Notre Dame on this Sunday. Cochran drains the 3. Olivia Cochran showing her range. Just her 4th make of the year on 15 attempts. Fun second quarter in Louisville. And a 3-second violation against Notre Dame.
You would not think that Olivia Cochran is only a 21% shooter from three when she steps in confidently to this one. Looks really good the second it leaves her hand. The 8th turnover, that last position from Notre Dame. And I understand Carlin had a small stuck on her, so she stayed in the paint, but you got to get out.
Well, Hidalgo forces another steal. Hidalgo able to escape. Hidalgo had Miles, now finds her. Her three off. Westbeld trying to grab the rebound, and it's out of bounds off of her. Nice battle from Cochran to thwart the offensive rebound.
Notre Dame is struggling from three, only 27% in this game, 3 of 11, but they're all good looks.
And Nyla Harris, who is a key member of Louisville, in some pain. And we'll go towards the Louisville bench, receiving attention from their athletic training staff.
She got her arm tied up with Carlin, and it looks like she's grabbing at that right shoulder.
Nyla Harris, such a steady force of production for Louisville.
Far side of the lane, arm is clamped. I think the officials are going to go to the monitor to take a look at that, because clamping is something that they keep their eye on because of this reason. It makes you susceptible to injury.
Well, as they take a look, we'll step aside. Second quarter action.
The previous play.
And now, Card Nation, please welcome your 20-time national champion, Lady Bird.
Previous play is under review for an unobserved intentional foul.
Attention everyone. Reporting all ladies to the dance floor. When I count to 3, I want you to step in line with me.
The Lady Birds are presented by Suntan City. Let yourself shine.
After review, we'll be assessing an intentional foul on Notre Dame number 32 for unnecessary contact, clamping, and pulling the arm of the Louisville player. Play will resume with 2 shots to Louisville. Ball at midcourt, 30 seconds on the shot clock. After review, we'll be assessing an intentional
foul charge to number 32, Liza Carlin for Notre Dame. Her first, team second. Shooting the intentional free throws for the Cardinals, number 30, Jada Curry.
After review, we'll be assessing an intentional foul on Notre Dame number 32 for unnecessary contact, clamping, and pulling the arm of the Louisville player. with 2 shots to Louisville. Ball at midcourt, 30 seconds on the shot clock.
And here it was. You saw the clamping and pulling there from Carlin on Harris, who left the game because of injury. And so 2 free throws and the ball for Louisville after that foul. And it is now a 2-point game as we send things over to Holly.
Last huddle, Niele Ivey is frustrated with her team settling for quick shots. We can't be 1 shot and out. They're just 3 for 11 from three-point shooting. She said, no more threes. We've got to run actions, get Louisville defending side to side. See a change on this next possession.
Thank you very much, Al, as that is going to be a charge called on Russell, with Carlin the one who took the contact.
Really good job with Carlin sneaking in and establishing in order to take this charge. Does she get there? Yes, she does. Restricted area doesn't matter anymore in women's college basketball. What's tough, you heard Holly's report about Notre Dame settling for threes. They've all been good looks, and this is the best field goal shooting team in the country from 3.
Miles trying to get to the rim, instead turns it over. Here comes Curry. Curry working behind Cochran. Roberts a 3. You bet! Louisville has erased a 14-point deficit as Carlin then gets free on the other end.
And that's how you answer and quiet the crowd if you're Notre Dame. They get their big Liz Carlin just running the floor.
They used a 16-3 run to jump in front before that Carlin bucket. Randolph nuzzling in and able to finish.
And then does the too strong with her shoulders and arms.
Hidalgo flips it up and gets the whistle. Hannah Hidalgo adds a couple of push-ups and will shoot 2.
When Roberts can catch and go left, right, and step into her shot, it's almost always money. Left, right, beautiful follow through, got the crowd engaged on that one, but then they got beat down the other way. Then Randolph coming in, and I love it. You say nuzzling in, it's exactly what she does, overpowering, using her strength.
Hidalgo hits the first free throw. Jeff Walls is very upset at this foul call on Russell.
You think that's a foul?
I do. I think she kind of jumps out into Hidalgo's space there with her left hip. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's not a ton there, but I think enough to throw off a shot attempt that you can understand the call. 11 points for Hidalgo. A 1-point Notre Dame lead. Here's Curry. Flipping it back. Cochran, one more. No. Hidalgo able to tap the rebound and then has to take it away. Curry giving Hidalgo a taste of her own medicine. And Curry will shoot 2.
We're used to seeing this the other way around. We don't often see Hannah Hidalgo get her pocket picked. And then she does a great job, Curry does, of kind of jumping into Hidalgo there to get the whistle.
10 turnovers for Notre Dame in this first half. That was something Niele Ivey was on guard for. She talked about the different coverages Louisville can send your way. But a lot of the turnovers have felt kind of unforced.
Yeah, it hasn't necessarily been coverage related.
Yeah.
It's been travels or just bad passes.
Curry misses the first free throw. Jada Curry averaging just under 12 points per game. Able to hit the second. It was a rare miss on the first free throw. She's now 43 for 46 on the season. Lob it in, Westbeld. Slings a pass, and again, Notre Dame out of bounds.
Outstanding help defense on the weak side by the Louisville players to come over and corral her on that right block. She thought she had the pass out to Citron, but wasn't able to make it. But that was because of all the bodies that were around Westbeld.
11th turnover for Notre Dame. Russell's three is off. That's tapped out of bounds by Louisville, and it will be Notre Dame basketball.
Louisville plays really good help side defense, and you see here coming over, stops West Beld. She thinks she has vision. Other players scrambling out. Curry right there. Citron can't corral it. It's one area that I think Louisville has been really good this season, is knowing their schemes and having the help side available.
Hidalgo. Pull-up jumper is good.
That time Louisville a little bit scramble, had switched out. Hidalgo was able to attack the defender.
13 for Hidalgo. Cochran muscling in, her hook rims off. Offensive board, Randolph, who again is going to give a little flex. McKinley Randolph has been doing work on the glass. Here's Hidalgo, kick into Citron. Can't hit the three, good box out Randolph, but it'll stay here as Randolph is called for the foul.
But again, this is a Notre Dame team that leads the nation in three-point field goal percentage at 41%. Another really good look on that possession and not able to drain it.
They are 3 for 12 from three in this game, as Koval will check in for Carlin. Miles, Citron, Hidalgo, Westbeld, and Koval for Notre Dame. Here's Westbeld. Can't hit the jumper, rebound hits the floor, ends up with Randolph. That is the 7th rebound for McKinley Randolph.
Much better job here in the second quarter by Louisville in terms of getting to the glass.
Curry's finger roll is short, another O-board, and the finish from Cochran. Well, Holly gave us that huddle report at the start of the second quarter. Jeff Walz challenging his team to have someone other than McKinley Randolph grab a rebound. They got outboarded 16-3 in the first quarter as the charge is taken now from Russell.
Completely different level of energy and confidence we're seeing from this Louisville team here in particular in the second quarter. Both ends of the floor stepping in, taking the charge. Louisville's on their run.
Rebecca, you talked about this crowd just dying to get into this game early after Notre Dame blasted out to a 14-point lead, but Louisville was able to whittle it down at the end of the first, and then so far outscoring Notre Dame 23-12 in the second. And how about this, Louisville winning the battle on the glass in the second quarter, 11-5, after losing it 16-3 in the first.
Yeah, and it's the reason that you look at the difference in the scoring. Notre Dame in the first quarter, 22-13. It's almost completely flipped, 23-12 here in the second for Louisville. So much of it is based on the glass.
Next Sunday's ACC Network women's basketball doubleheader starts with a Commonwealth clash between Virginia Tech and Virginia at noon Eastern, and then Hannah Hidalgo and number 3 Notre Dame against the number 19 Cal Bears. But one of the things Jeff Walz talked to us about as well, he said, look, we believe that we brought in a bunch of freshmen who have a chance to be good over time, and they really feel like they have a group that could be together and could eventually contend in a couple of years. But he said, I also think we have a chance to be a lot better than we've been within this season. Likes the ways they've been trending, having won 9 of their last 10, not ranked at the moment, but projected by Charlie Cream to be an 8 seed and obviously playing like a dangerous team so far today.
We've seen just within the second quarter the ways in which they can be dangerous.
Roberts didn't get the roll there. Hidalgo off and running. Hidalgo steps into a 3 and gets fouled from behind by Curry. That is going to be 3 shots for Hidalgo.
Ooh. I'm eager to see this one again, Ryan, because Hidalgo gets by her. Curry's able to recover. Did she get her on the arm?
Let's see.
Oh, that's a clean block to me.
I agree with you, Rebecca. That absolutely looks like a clean block. And that's a huge call. That's now 3 free throws for Hidalgo rather than a defensive stop that continues to build the momentum Louisville's had.
I think that's the biggest piece of it, is the momentum piece and trying to keep this crowd engaged and on their feet.
Hidalgo hits all 3. She's up to 16 points. 1 point Notre Dame lead. Fun first half in Louisville. Here's Curry. Curry cutting through, gets denied by Citron. Hidalgo trying to save it. Could not. It'll stay with Louisville, 6 to shoot.
Citron has such good length on that guard matchup, and even though Curry gets a step on her, she can recover and block the shot. And this is a game where Citron has struggled on the offensive end. Has not scored, she's turned the basketball over, but she still brings a lot of value, and you see it there on the defensive end.
Yeah, 0 for 4 with 4 turnovers in this first half for Citron. Cochran gets inside, gets denied by Prosper. They reset the shot clock. They should not have. And now the officials realize it.
Why is everybody walking the other way?
And they're going to call it a violation. They reset it and they shouldn't have, but I mean, I'm not sure you should be awarding Notre Dame the basketball.
No, it feels like they should go to the monitor and see how much time should be on the shot clock.
100%. There should have been about 4 seconds left on the shot clock when Louisville retained the possession.
They're calling it a violation, but that's tough for the players because you look at the shot clock and you see it reset.
Yeah.
You're going to play.
Right. I mean, Rebecca, that's obviously a unique, nuanced formality, but I completely disagree with the spirit of that, because if you know the shot clock's about to expire,
you'll
versus
shoot the
if you
shot.
peeked up and just saw the shot clock at 28, you're not in your mind saying, oh, it's actually 3. Curry on the steal, lays it in.
We've seen that a couple of times here from Curry in this quarter, just being disruptive and getting good looks in transition.
Notre Dame has turned it over 13 times in this first half. Citron, another loose handle. Citron having all kinds of trouble. Here's Hidalgo, 6 to shoot. Crowd wanted to push off. Curry trying to hang, 1 to shoot. Hidalgo puts it up and in. What a bucket from Hannah Hidalgo. Got 8 lead changes in this quarter. Back and forth they go. Hidalgo up to 18 points. Shot clock turned off. Here is Roberts, 7 seconds left in the second quarter. Roberts, 3 seconds. Roberts, 1 second, puts it up and off. And that'll do it for the second. But Louisville erases a 14-point deficit to come back and take the lead, and it's Notre Dame.
To really challenge his team to get some toughness. They have come alive. They out-rebounded Notre Dame from that huddle, 13-7, came alive on the glass, created turnovers. This is a completely different Louisville team than we saw in that first quarter, and they've risen to their coach's challenge.
Well, this is exactly what you're talking about, Hal. Look at the difference in the rebounding margin, the second chance points, quarter 1 to quarter 2. Also good news for Louisville is Nyla Harris is back in after having some sort of shoulder issue following the intentional foul for the clamping from Carlin of Notre Dame. And Williams just lost that out of bounds. That's going to be Notre Dame basketball.
And that's unfortunate for Louisville because Miles had switched on to Cochran, and that would have been a matchup to exploit inside.
Look at this. Williams just gets the ball. Williams able to lay it in. Sort of interesting. Looked like Olivia Miles pulled up, and then it was easy for Williams to just grab it.
Like you see players do sometimes when it's a backcourt violation or a double dribble.
Right.
That was odd.
Not when you need to grab the ball. Hidalgo traveled before any contact, and Notre Dame turns it over.
So this is what we're talking about. The ball looks to throw it in.
Yeah. And then
instead
watch
of grabbing
Miles pull up right here. Yeah, like instead of trying to reach out and grab the ball, almost like stop to box out.
I thought in the first quarter, Louisville started the game looking out of sorts. Notre Dame looks out of sorts right now.
And that's what Niele Ivey told Holly at the half as well in that interview. And she felt like her team got a little disrupted there in that second quarter. Here's Harris, unable to finish.
And then do you ever say something and wonder what the heck the origin is? What's the origin of out of sorts? What's in sorts?
You'll know soon enough. Hidalgo can't hit the three. There's this thing called Google that I'm sure people are accessing right now to give us the answer.
What I have is my husband.
Roberts can't hit the three. Flag down and saved, but just for a moment. It'll be Notre Dame basketball.
But really good energy, a hustle for Louisville right now. Jeff Walz has to like the way his team finished the second quarter and it started here in the third. Louisville's kind of in sorts.
Notre Dame riding a 13-game winning streak. My goodness, the turnovers today for Notre Dame. That is the 16th.
Like, who is this Notre Dame team? Yeah, Citron's still moving on the handoff, and that's kind of up to your guard to time it right so that they get it after you set your feet, much like an on-ball screen.
They have 3 turnovers in 4 possessions so far in this third. Now, they're 98th in the nation in turnovers per game, which is still top half of the nation. It's not obviously great, but 15 turnovers per game. They've already had more today. You still have basically a half left of basketball. Hidalgo dumps it down. King lays it in.
Really great pass by Hidalgo over the top, and credit King for running the floor to get there.
Cochran has it deflected and taken. Hidalgo gets the teardrop to roll home. Boy, first time in a while someone's led by more than 1 point. It's been so back and forth since early in the second. Hidalgo, 43rd career game with at least 20. Curry, rainbow short. Harris, the putback won't go.
Hidalgo's the one who kept that board alive for her team to grab.
Miles bounces, Citron gives it back.
Did that go through the defender's legs?
I don't know. I don't think it did. But far be it for me to question you, so I'm not sure. Citron off on a 3. Good box out there from Cochran. Leaves Harris for the rebound. Williams, oh, nice look, and Cochran the finish.
You know, I love it when big players run the floor, and I love it almost as much when their guards reward them for it.
Hidalgo pedaling through, curls it back. King in a crowd. Miles, extra feed, Hidalgo can't hit the 3. Citron sheds Curry. Louisville wanted a whistle. Miles gets one herself, and Olivia Miles is going to shoot 2. Hey, tomorrow's big Monday doubleheader starts with sophomore sensation Jalen Lowe and Pittsburgh hosting Virginia at 7 Eastern. Then Curtis Jones and third-ranked Iowa State are in Kansas taking on Hunter Dickinson and the number 11 Jayhawks at Allen Fieldhouse. Second foul of the game on Jada Curry. Miles hits the first. Holly?
Well, out of sorts stems from the early 1600s. The synonym out of humor, on the other hand, is used more in Britain than America. And it's really irritable, grouchy. Don't ask him today. Someone is out of sorts. They might be feeling poorly or slightly ill.
Out of humor is way worse than out of sorts, but how about Holly Rowe?
I don't know if Steve texted you, but either way, we have a Holly for these answers. Roberts elevates and gets fouled. Taj Roberts is going to shoot 2.
Notre Dame handled that pick and roll really well defensively. That was a bailout foul, putting Roberts at the line, because if she makes that one, a mid-range, tough contested shot, that's where you say, all right, good shot.
Second foul on Hidalgo. What do you like most about Taj Roberts' game?
I love her confidence. She's fearless. We saw that in her career opening game against UCLA, where she had 21 points in that game. She comes down when she's open and can get her little left-right footwork going on the three. She takes it confidently. As she continues to get stronger and her body matures, she's going to develop into a really nice player. Not that she already isn't, but she's got high ceiling.
16 for Roberts. Hidalgo has it poked away by Roberts. Here's Curry. Curry 1 for 6 from the floor today. Drives it, scoops it, can't finish. Wanted a whistle, didn't get it. Strong rebound from Prosper.
Prosper's been really good on the glass all game.
Miles, nice look, and Carlin misses the layup. Prosper again on the glass active. Carlin gets tied up by Cochran. The possession arrow belongs with Notre Dame. They support the K-Yao Cancer Fund in partnership with the WBCA and the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Donate at kyao.com.
I think 4 different players owe Olivia Miles a coffee or a dessert or whatever she likes to have, because maybe 4 different players have blown a nice assist.
She's made, oh, look at Miles taking it into her own hands on the delivery from Hidalgo. Beautiful finish off the inbound. And second bucket like that off an inbound that Notre Dame has had today. Had one at the end of the first quarter as well. Istanbulolu unable to hit the 3. 3-point Notre Dame lead. Notre Dame 3rd in the nation. 18-2 record, have beat many top teams. Carlin short, out to Hidalgo. She'll reset here for Notre Dame. Carlin, 10 to shoot, dumps it too long for Prosper. Curry on the steal. Curry pedals through traffic, can't scoop it in. Notre Dame able to save. Boy, Notre Dame with 18 turnovers already. Hidalgo's 3, she got it. 23 points for Hannah Hidalgo. Russell on the other end with the answer. And a timeout taken by Louisville. 1 possession game, 3rd quarter action.
You know what Olivia Miles isn't going to do is blow one of her teammates' assists. Hannah Hidalgo hitting the 3. Notre Dame with a 3-point lead.
In Knoxville, UConn, Tennessee, the 2 most successful programs in the history of women's college hoops. Top 2 in wins, Final Fours, and national titles. And should be a really fun one Thursday night. Make sure you join a 6:30 tip. Note that tip time for Thursday on ESPN.
Sarah Strong is the best freshman in the country. She has been phenomenal for Connecticut all season long. And how about that full court pressure the last time by Louisville out of the timeout? Disruptive, causes a stop the other way.
Istanbulolu trying to establish position there and could not. Nice look, Prosper couldn't hang on. Another Notre Dame turnover, their 20th of the game. 3-point Notre Dame lead. A lot of those looks after turnovers today for the Irish.
Papa John's is delivering Louisville fans the ultimate sweet life experience.
What both of these young women did for their respective schools. Asia Wilson, the first National Player of the Year for South Carolina, brought them their first national championship. Caitlin Clark brought Iowa their first trips to the Final Four. They'll never be forgotten by the fans of those schools.
Here's Hidalgo off the steal. King lays it in transition. 5-point Notre Dame lead. Hidalgo has scored or assisted on 20 of the last 22 points for Notre Dame. King able to snatch the rebound.
We heard what Holly reported early about Louisville letting teams go on runs. Beautiful finish by Hannah Hidalgo. How is this Louisville team going to respond here to this run?
Because this is the first time in a while that they found themselves down 7. Had clawed back from down 14, taken a modest lead, and then it had been back and forth, one possession either way, over and over, as Roberts gets fouled. Let's take a look at today's Wooden Watch, brought to you by Principal. We just saw a couple of former National Players of the Year. Here are this season's contenders.
Top candidates, and I would put Madison Booker for Texas in that conversation a little bit as well. But man, what Lauren Betts is doing right now for the undefeated UCLA Bruins has been pretty spectacular.
Do you think she is the favorite right now to win it?
It's hard to say. You know, after Notre Dame beat Texas and UConn, I thought Hannah Hidalgo was the favorite then.
Yep.
But right now, I think a lot is going to depend on how the seasons finish. But all of those players are certainly in the conversation.
Hidalgo swimming through traffic for the finish plus the foul. What a take from Hannah Hidalgo.
Her side-to-side versatility and movement. Watch her come in here. Right, left, back, right. She just has a knack. At only 5'6", she can finish around and even over their bigger players.
She has scored or assisted on 24 of the last 26 Notre Dame points. She now has 27 points on the day. Take a look at what she did against Louisville a season ago in 3 meetings. And she has continued to produce today. She also, this year on national TV games, has averaged right around 27 points per game.
And done it efficiently.
And she's doing it efficiently again today, 28 on 9 of 17. She's 8 of 8 from the line. Roberts tucks it, gets fouled by Miles. And
Olivia Miles, her second.
will they give free throws for Roberts here?
Spirited conversation between Russell and Roberts.
It'll be out of bounds for Louisville. Easton Bulolu out of the game. Roberts jumper rims off. Harris the rebound. Finds Curry. Curry sets herself up. Couldn't get the angle. Curry yet to attempt a 3 in this game. And a whistle will go against King. That will be her 3rd. And when she picked up her 2nd in the first half and went to the bench, that was when Louisville was really able to claw back on the glass against Notre Dame. King has 11 rebounds in 13 minutes today.
You mentioned Curry not having attempted a 3 yet. She's 1 of 8 on the day. She's getting a lot of defensive attention. You saw on that last on-ball screen, she was just completely blitzed. Notre Dame trying to take her away.
Curry hits the first. And the second. 7-point Notre Dame lead.
It's the 1-2-2, 3/4 court press again after free throw.
Miles, eyes up. Miles wheeling, dishing. Good movement here. Now Miles will reset. That's the screen from King. Hidalgo open cross court. Hidalgo the drive, the wiggle, and the finish. Hannah Hidalgo doing it all. 30 points for the sophomore star. A 9-point Notre Dame lead. Hidalgo has scored or assisted on 27 of the last 29 Notre Dame points. As Prospero's made a difference today for Notre Dame off the bench to flex that out.
Watch Hannah Hidalgo on the right side. She sees that there's a mismatch because of this switch. She's telling Westbell, get inside. You've got Curry on you. You've got Curry on you. She was jumping up and down, directing traffic. She gets the initial assist there.
And then because of that, the help had to come and it left Hidalgo open. Terrific point out, Rebecca, because yeah, Hidalgo was amazing in her animation there.
Those are the things that excite me, Ryan
I know, you
Rucco.
get so excited with that. Miles can't scoop it in, but gets the whistle. And Olivia Miles is going to shoot 2. And Notre Dame looking much more like themselves the back half of this third quarter. Hidalgo will get a breather. Citron in for Notre Dame. Hidalgo 30 points, 10 of 18 from the floor, has 5 assists. Her 4th 30-point game this season.
Olivia Miles will shoot 2.
Miles, 9 points on the day and misses the first. Holly?
You know, Olivia Miles, because of that ACL, went 617 days without playing in a basketball game. And so we thought maybe it would take her some time this season to get into rhythm, get into shape. She has been out of the gate, ready to play, unbelievable. And even though today hasn't been exactly her game, her ability to adapt, see how to play well with Hannah Hidalgo, and really hit the ground running this season coming off of that knee injury. She has really been engaged and excellent for Neil Ivey.
Well, yeah, she had a 20-point triple-double in her very first game back after that enormous layoff. Just incredible.
And she has 1 assist on the day, but she should have probably, what, 6 or 7 if some of her beautiful passes had been handled by teammates.
You look at what she's done when it comes to recent history, the name she's with Sabrina, Caitlin, and her players who have averaged 14, 6, and 6.
And if she declares for the WNBA draft, I would be stunned if she wasn't taken 2nd.
Right now, that pick belongs to the Seattle Storm after the trade of Jewel Lloyd, 3-way trade with LA and Vegas, with Kelsey Plum landing with LA and Jewel Lloyd in Vegas. Been very active free agent piece, period, as Miles shows her range as well.
Louisville was in a 2-3 zone, and Miles just stepped right in confidently and drained the 3.
You talked about the improved shooting for Miles this season, 42% from 3. She had never finished higher than 27% in a season prior. Little breather here for Olivia Miles. An 11-point Notre Dame lead. Curry into the paint, waltzes her way in for 2.
Waltzes or waltzes?
Maybe both. Next time I'll just say Jeff's. Three seconds. Citron, 1 second, gets it off and hits. Sonia Citron at the horn with her first points of the day. History to reach 1,000 career points. Just saying a lot when you consider some of the greats who have played at Notre Dame. Start of the 4th quarter, 11-point Notre Dame lead after it had been back and forth from the late 2nd through the early 3rd. Notre Dame able to separate late in the frame. Here's Cochran muscling down and forcing her way in.
Cochran had single coverage, double team never came, and so she used her patience and her footwork to get a good look at the basket.
Here's Hidalgo spinning away from traffic and then pounced it through the legs of King. 20th turnover for Notre Dame.
We've got our manager spotlight coming up, and right there, that young woman is Malia Rice. She's been with the program for 2 years, Ryan. She studies just chemical and biomedical engineering, wants to do research on cell and tissue engineering for artificial organs. And a year ago, she broke her arm, so mostly worked the clock, but also was a one-armed rebounder for the team.
Doing a little bit of everything. I love the way you've spotlighted managers every game this season as King lays it in.
There's Malia.
Boy, those have got to be difficult classes.
I mean,
Chemical and biomolecular engineering. Let me just say, the communications department at Fordham was not as challenging as that.
What do you think about poli-sci at UConn?
Yeah. Hidalgo escapes, leaves it short. King, another big rebound. Liatu King is one of the best rebounders in the country.
Just the way she's able to climb up and snatch boards over bigger players.
12 rebounds, 6 offensive, 6 defensive for King in just 17 minutes of action. Has 12 points as well. Curry gets fouled from behind by Citron, and Curry's going to shoot 2.
Just the way King can go up. Look at that. Cochran's right there. She just goes, grabs the ball right over her head. Not a foul.
Curry 7 of 8 from the line today. Steps to the line for 2 here. For a little more on Liatu King, let's send things over to Holly Rowe.
Well, she's a transfer in from Pitt, and she has been the perfect culture piece for Niele Ivey. She came in, she's won the locker room, she fits in perfectly. The person that she is has been a perfect fit for this Notre Dame team, and also because she's been willing to give up her scoring to play her role. And when we asked Niele Ivey, what is the role you need from her? It's rebounding. It's defensive rebounding and setting a tone on the glass. And when she went to the bench in the first half with 2 fouls, that's when their rebounding dropped off. She has been a perfect fit in that transfer portal for Notre Dame and Niele Ivey.
A year ago against Notre Dame, she went for like 40-something. So she is a very capable scorer.
Right. Yeah, it's not like there's nothing to be sacrificed there. There certainly is, and she's been willing for the good of this team with all the scoring they have around her. One of just 2 players in the nation averaging 10 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block. Kayla Timpson the other as Carlin checks out. And a whistle here is going to go against Louisville.
Yeah, Randolph fighting over the screen that was set by King.
Kinley Randolph's rebounding for Louisville at the end of the first helped spark their comeback. Miles dumps it off. King bangs away and floats it home. Showed the strength and showed the touch. Boy, the defense on Curry that Notre Dame has played today has been really good.
Her primary defender is Sonia Citron. As you see Cochran go to work, but Notre Dame switches their guard-to-guard screen, so it's been a team effort on Curry.
Hidalgo shaking inside for the scintillating finish.
It is remarkable that a player her size can finish the way she does.
Here's Westbell getting it ahead to Miles. Miles, the hesitation, the take, and the foul. Olivia Miles going to shoot 2.
Hannah Hidalgo listed at 5'6", and she goes in and she absorbs contact. She just finishes over bigger defenders, especially when she's going to her right side. Great English when she uses the glass as well.
Into the game for the Cardinals, number 2, Nyla Harris.
32 for Hidalgo.
Replacing Cochran. Also in, number 0, Zilla Arenas. And number 1, Amari Berry.
Amari Berry into the game for Louisville. Notre Dame has once again matched their largest lead, 14. They led by 14 in the first. Louisville erased that, took a second quarter lead. Back and forth throughout the end of the second, beginning of the third, but then Notre Dame has been able to separate since. Miles up to 15 points. A 6-0 run here from Notre Dame. Hidalgo has 32, 1 point shy of her season high, 3 shy of her career high. Foul here as she was hawking Arenas. And that'll be the 3rd personal on Hidalgo.
It's fascinating watching Hannah Hidalgo play defensively because she'll do that. She'll try to poke from the behind and she'll like circle the player.
Right.
It's like when you see the birds coming in for the kill and they circle first. She does that so often in the games.
Well, and usually, if you're going for the poke, you don't usually get back to defend the player in front. Randolph finishing on the interior. Miles, cross court, Citron. Citron gets fouled, and Sonia Citron's going to shoot 2.
Olivia Miles is as good as you get in the country for the fling pass. From one side of the floor to the other. You see it here. just flings it. And what's remarkable about her is watching film, she does it with both the right and the left hand. So her non-dominant, she is just as good getting the ball to the other side of the floor.
How excited are you to see her at the next level?
I can't wait. I think she's going to be a phenomenal pro, especially with the way she has improved her three-point field goal shooting, because before this season, that would be the knock on her.
Yeah.
Her efficiency's off the charts. She sees the floor well. She's only going to be better with better players around her. I cannot wait to see her.
Pull-up three is good for Barry. And timeout taken.
Contact lens.
Oh, contact lens issue.
You know who it's not for?
Olivia Miles.
Yes.
Liatu King getting the contact addressed.
One of the remarkable things with Olivia Miles is she does not put on her rec specs, her game glasses, until right after the anthem. She warms up in the other ones. We're getting a chance to see it right here. This is right after the anthem, about 2 minutes to tip. And it's like Superman with his cape, Ryan Rucco. Puts on the glasses. Now she is ready to see the floor and do her thing.
And wow, does she see that floor. Holly?
Glasses since she was a baby. She's so comfortable in them. She does make the change to sport goggles, Rebecca, but this is her look. She loves it.
Yeah, it's so interesting because you would think she'd wear the rec specs during
warm-ups,
but she doesn't. That's why it's significant, because that is the first moment she puts them on, right before the game begins.
I want to see the case they're kept in, because in my brain, it's like a jewel-encrusted thing that hums and light comes out when you open it.
Roger Clemens actually had something like that when he was with the Yankees, as King lays it in. Like he'd have like his uniform and everything, and his glove and a special box, and it was like a big thing in the clubhouse.
That's what,
for it to be opened up, everybody get fired up.
That's what I want to see. I want to see the special box.
Yeah. I think Holly's, she's on it. She's trying to find that rec specs box, seeing if there's a special case.
But Holly, if it's not special, I don't want the disappointment.
Let the dream live on. Miles again with the fling. Citron, you bet! Miles has made some beautiful passes like that throughout the day where the shots have not fallen from her teammates, but that one did. And it's all Notre Dame now in this fourth. Hidalgo. Miles back to Citron. Westbeld, center of the paint. Westbeld, nice footwork and the finish. A 7-0 Notre Dame run, their largest lead, it's 19.
Quiet afternoon. Those are Maddie Westbeld's first points. She can be lethal offensively at times.
Randolph, too strong. Harris, look out. King hits the hardwood as the foul is called on Harris.
The offensive foul is called on Louisville's number 2, Nyla Harris.
King still down. Harris called for the foul with 4:53 to go in this fourth.
Previous plays ruled an offensive foul on Louisville number 11. Plays on review for a possible upgrade.
Going to look and see whether or not there's an upgrade here. To an intentional foul, they'd have to see just contact that they deem unnecessary. We'll step aside, come back, fourth quarter action.
Service. Be there after the game.
Our fans, it's time for the parlor grinder of the game. Tajianna Roberts is tonight's grinder of the game. Congratulations also to Jerry Titus on choosing the correct grinder of the game. You are going home with a free grinder sandwich from Parlor. A representative will reach out to you to claim your prize.
After review, the previous offensive foul is upgraded to an intentional foul for unnecessary contact. Louisville number 2.
Join Coach Walls and Nick Curran for the next Coach Jeff Walls radio show on Tuesday, February 4th from 7 to 8 p.m. at Roosters in Middletown. Enjoy music, trivia, door prizes, and more. Seating is first come, first served starting at 6 p.m. Prairie Farms is proud to partner with the Cards to showcase standout student athletes from the past week through the Prairie Farms Student Athlete of the Week. This week's Prairie Farms Student
Well, the
Athlete
training
of the Week
staff, the athletic training staff for Notre Dame, taking a look at Liatu King's nose after she took a shot from Nyla Harris. Originally ruled an offensive foul, but just upgraded to an intentional foul because of unnecessary contact. This swing deemed unnecessary. So 2 free throws in the ball for Notre Dame. Anybody can shoot those free throws. And King could still return to this game. She leads all scorers in this fourth with 8 points. Let's check in with Holly.
I was able to observe their great athletic trainer, Anna Marquez, really examining the bridge of her nose. It's already started to swell quite a bit. I'm sure they'll be able to get an x-ray after the game, but it does not look good right on the bridge of her nose, really swelling quickly.
Yeah, as someone who I broke my nose multiple times in basketball games, man, it hurts. And then when you're trying to recover, you have to wear one of those clear masks. So we hope for the best for Liatu King in that regard.
Liatu King, who has had such a wonderful season with Notre Dame, the transfer from Pitt. Notre Dame has outscored Louisville 45-26 in the second half, currently on a 9-0 run. Question is, will Hidalgo get to a new career high? She's at 32 points. Her career high is 35.
Louisville on a trapping quarter court zone right here. They need to speed this game up.
Hidalgo lost the handle. Being held up, gives it up, 5 to shoot. Prosper loses it, and here comes Louisville. Here's the freshman Arenas. Istanbulolu spinning, twisting, and traveling. Oh no, a timeout taken by Jeff Walls. Our ESPN2 Big Monday women's basketball game features freshman phenom Toby Fournier and number 10 Duke taking on Isaiah James and number 17 NC State. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern from Reynolds Coliseum in Raleigh. Well, we showed you the glasses from Olivia Miles, her Superman cape, as Rebecca Lobo termed it. Holly, what do you got for us on the case?
Well, guys, there's not a light or a beam of rays that comes out when you open the case, but I can tell you it is Shaquille O'Neal eyewear. So it is a little Superman-esque. Her other glasses are inside. I have tried them on, and this is the case. Here you go.
Did you feel like you had superpowers when you tried them on?
Everything with Olivia gives us superpowers. She's a remarkable young woman.
What about like a music box? When you open it, does any like hype music come out? I mean, I need something.
Music.
I need something.
But pretty cool that it says Shaquille O'Neal eyewear.
Yeah.
Very cool. What isn't Shaq into?
I mean, seriously.
My goodness. Istanbulolu couldn't finish. Randolph got it off in time, but unable to hit. Miles on the bench now. May not be a need for her to return if you're Notre Dame. You wonder if the Olivia will also sit Hidalgo soon. Here is Hidalgo, flipping it up and in. 34 for Hannah Hidalgo, a season high. 1 point away from matching her career high. Notre Dame has made its last 7 field goals. And Rebecca, you know, there were times earlier in this game where you said, you know, Notre Dame not playing like a championship caliber team with some of the mistakes they were making. they certainly have turned it on since midway through that third.
If you're Neil Ivey, you have to feel pretty good that your team had a lot of moments where they were out of sorts, and they're still beating a very good Louisville team by 23 points.
Yeah.
But that happens sometimes this time of year when you're playing in the grind of the conference, and, you know, calendar has just turned to February. This is the grind of the schedule. March is there, but it's still kind of far away, and you know, it's a sign of a good team when you can not have your best performance and still pull out a tough road win.
Do you think it'll go quickly? Because I'm really excited for March.
Well, it is the shortest month.
That's a great point.
I'm just glad we're out of January, man.
Didn't feel great.
Cold, gray, troubling.
The game for the Cardinals, number 15, Island Jumperman.
Not the adjectives you want associated with anything, really. 21-point Notre Dame lead. Hidalgo still in.
Or soft,
Yeah,
as Jeff Wells was
that's
telling
right.
his team early in the game.
And I think he'll be happy at least with that, Rebecca, the way they responded after the early hole. Miles, Arenas with some pressure. Miles dips around it, and Citron just dropped it. Olivia Miles jumping up and down. She's had some beautiful passes today that her teammates have either just dropped or not finished.
2 assists. This should be an assist. Just right through the fingers. That's frustration. She's had so many of those.
Notre Dame is tied a season high with 22 turnovers today. Arenas dumps it in. And the finish from Jufferman. Getting some minutes here with the game firmly in the grasp of Notre Dame. The drama that remains is whether or not Hidalgo will reach a new career high. 1 point away. Do her teammates know that? Miles gives it up. Citron dumps it down. Westbell dives in, can't finish. Randolph the rebound.
Beautiful offensive unselfish possession, though, by Notre Dame.
Reminder, UConn, Tennessee, 6:30 Eastern Thursday on ESPN. Note that tip time, 6:30 Eastern for Connecticut and Tennessee to renew their rivalry.
Tennessee's so fun to watch this year and unique in their style of play, the way they press full court the entire game. They sub hockey style. They take a ton of threes.
Barry, nice job using the window from that angle. Little 6-0 burst from Louisville with 1 minute and 45 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Hidalgo, 34 points on 12 of 21 shooting. Koval squeezes it into Hidalgo. Hidalgo, the crossover, the bounce. Prosper gives it back. Hidalgo can't hit the three. Look out. Foul on Hidalgo will be her fourth.
And that might be enough contact for Neil Ivey to say, let's get her out of the game. Might not, but it might.
The foul on Notre Dame's number 8, Kassan Prosper.
Oh, it's on Kassan Prosper, the foul. But
How?
yeah.
Did she trip her?
I think she might have pushed Jufferman's in the back at the beginning of it, maybe.
At the line for the Cardinals, number 15.
We'll take another look between shots. But I'm with you. If I'm Notre Dame, I'm getting Hidalgo and Miles out of this game. Let's see. Prosper, maybe a little left arm on the back of Jufferman's, maybe?
A little nudge.
Didn't look like much.
Yeah, it didn't.
Miles turns the corner and pizza pies it home.
I think she's the most prodigious pizza pier in all of women's college basketball.
I agree, always accessing the top of it. Arenas? No. Hidalgo the rebound, maybe with one last chance at a career high. And Neil Ivey going to take a timeout, get Hidalgo out of the game. 34 points from Hannah Hidalgo, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Her 9th career 30-point game, second most in Notre Dame history. And back-to-back 30-point games in the last 15 seasons. Jewel Lloyd and now Hidalgo twice. Had 30 even in the win against Virginia Tech, and now 34 today in a win against Louisville. Miles surrounded, flings a pass and a kick from Randolph. 22 seconds remaining. Notre Dame will improve to 10-0 in ACC play, and Hidalgo continues to build her case for National Player of the Year. Prosper gets smushed and traveled before she did.